Bonjour, bienvenue à la classe de français. Some of you may know me from actually being your teacher, or because you have children, older children who had me, etc. Just in case, my name is Michelle Shenton. I have been teaching French for 26 years, from grade 7 to 12. I've been here at Mid Lakes since 1997. I was at Red Jacket before that. Here at Mid Lakes, I'm the department chair for world languages, which includes Spanish and French, French club advisor when we get back to our in-person school. I have led numerous trips to France and to Quebec. Our next trip is July 2021. We hope. If not, it'll be postponed to the next year. We've already had to postpone our traditional middle school trip from February to the next February of 2022, and that will include all levels. It's normally a middle school trip, but some of our middle schoolers are going to miss it, so we'll just invite everybody. I thought I'd start, since this is directed towards all students that take French from 7th through 12th grade. I teach at least one student at every level this year. I am now the only French teacher at Mid Lakes. We had a hard time finding a teacher, so I'm it. I teach levels 1A and 1B, French 2 and French 3, and French 4 as well. So you can see our sequence of study. This is the same for Spanish too, but obviously this is French. So traditionally, French 1A and 1B are 7th and 8th grade. Sometimes students come in from other schools where they don't start language until 8th grade, so they're a year behind. That's no big deal. It's called Checkpoint A, and it is a New York State graduation requirement to pass both of those levels for a foreign language. French 2 and 3 are 9th and 10th grade traditionally. This year, 9th and 10th graders are taking French 2. 9th and 10th graders are taking French 3. And I also have 11th graders taking French 3 and a couple of French 4s too. When they achieve what's called Checkpoint B, which at Mid Lakes is French 3, students are able to get, after 3 credits, 3 high school credits. And by the way, the middle school year counts as 1 high school credit. So after those 3 credits, after French 3, students can graduate with a diploma with advanced distinction. And then there's French 4, which is called Checkpoint C. And students can receive college credits from FLCC for that when they get to that level. So I want to talk a little bit about how I design my class. Of course, I follow New York State standards. And if you look at the middle, these are the basics of how I design my lessons for all levels. Everyday topics. So language is more natural. So we talk about family and friends. We talk about celebrations, telling time, things that happen every day. So it's not so contrived. I strive for a communicative approach versus a grammar-based approach, meaning it's more doing and conversing versus just memorizing. There is memorization to all learning because I can't talk to them 24/7 in French, but less memorizing lists of useless words, and instead show me what you can do with them. Interactive learning and activities. I'm a big believer in if you can learn by playing and having fun, let's do it. Why not? So various ways that I do that. They've become a little challenging in the world of virtual learning, but I'm learning new tools. For example, we did Padlet today in the classroom. That would look like kids holding up small whiteboards with answers on them. And instead of that, we had a virtual sticky wall. And so I did some listening activities with them, and they wrote their answers on the sticky notes and showed me that way. So we're learning. And then making connections to future with French and how it can help them and benefit them, and also things beyond the classroom like cooking and cultures, etc. So the difference between middle school and high school basically is just leveling up. At the very beginning, we emphasize vocabulary and small phrases versus grammar. As we go up in level, we add on to that base vocabulary, more sentence structure, more details, more grammar, but still not just memorizing a verb to memorize it, but to use it. Still conversation-based and communication-based. These are my basic expectations for myself and for my students. Yes, I have classroom rules like be polite, be on time. Everybody does. This is a little bit different, a little bit deeper, I suppose. At the bottom, that's kind of like the very basic minimum effort that everyone could do. Know the content for the teacher. So for me, be organized. I can almost always do that, and be ready to teach. Where students attend class with their materials ready. So there's your minimum. And then for the teacher, add style and interest to the lessons. Try to hit that mark. Students, have a positive attitude, be willing to participate. For me, provide practice and encouragement. But in order for practice to happen, students have to actively participate and practice so they can participate. For me, provide frequent assessment and feedback. And for students, seek extra help when needed. And for everyone, be accountable and responsible. And that should lead to student achievement. Now, these are stairs. And sometimes we teachers have to come over to this side and yank the kids up a little bit to get to the top. And that's our job. We're adults. So what students see as nagging and being yelled at is really us just trying to pull them up to get them to that success level. Grading will be a little different this year. I might even change midway, but as it stands now, homework and participation are 20% total. Quizzes or quiz length projects, test-like projects are worth a little bit more. Participation is going to be more of it's going to be more frequent than in the past, because when you're on Zoom, I need voices and I need to see people doing activities in order to realize that they're learning. And that's my job, to make sure that people are doing and learning. So it's not going to count more in their average at this point, but it is going to be assessed more frequently. French, English, different ways, chat box, out loud, but it is a language, so I do need to get them to that point where they will speak on camera. Some of them are a little shy. School tool. I will try to update everything on Wednesdays. I'll give you a little reality, not an excuse, just reality. In the olden days, in the before times, I would collect an assignment, go home on my couch, correct them, and give them back the next day mostly. Now, like, I might get 2 assignments turned in today, and 5 turned in tomorrow, and 10 turned in 2 days ago, all the same assignment and same class. So instead of grading and updating every single time that happens, I do it all at once. And so I usually can do that on Wednesdays. If you are concerned about your child's grade, just email me. I will update it for you and let you know. Speaking of class information and materials, you probably have become very familiar with Schoology. It's all things school related. Zoom invites, class information, recorded lessons on request, and submissions. Recorded lessons are really for absent students. School tool, you know. Materials. I have units that are packets. This is the meat of our units and what we do. I have them scanned on Schoology. I also have them available for distribution at school. I did a survey and I asked students what they preferred. And in that survey, if it was pick up or print, I asked them to check with their parents and make sure someone could pick things up, or if it was okay to use the printer. So you might want to check with your child to see what they said. Most students that I surveyed, I would say 90% of them said they preferred to learn on paper. And I get it, I do too. If I need to focus, I need the paper. Tech issues, just like everything else, turn it off, turn it on, log out, log back in, restart. That's always the answer for tech. If that doesn't work, then there's techhelp@midlakes.org. And please don't let your child panic. Just have them let me know if there was a tech issue as soon as they can get back onto technology and send me a message. Smoke signal maybe too. Contact information for me, I think most of you know it and know how to find it. Email is best. I'm Shenton@midlakes.org. A Schoology message is okay. There's just less functionality and the notifications aren't as poignant as they are in regular email. So that's it. That's my very general spiel for French 1A, 1B, 2, 3, and 4 here at Midlakes. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, again, feel free to contact me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day or evening. Ciao.